So here we need to take a look at the terminal branches of the arteria tibialis anterior. For the very beginning, we will discuss the arteria dorsalis pedis, so the blood supply on the dorsal surface of the foot, and then the terminal branches of arteria tibialis posterior, and the blood supply on the plantar surface of the foot. So the arteria dorsalis pedis, so here we can see is just the direct continuation of the arteria tibialis anterior under the retinaculum musculorum extensorum inferius inferior border, And so this artery, you can see that it's pretty big and it goes toward the first intermetatarsal space. And so here it stops, So it will terminate then into two branches. So it's split into one smaller branch that stays on the dorsal surface of the foot. Here, for example, you can see it also clearly, The arteria metatarsalis dorsalis prima. And also one branch here, on the first intermetatarsal space. This branch will so goes down toward the plantar surface of the foot. So you can see one branch, kind of sink, And so this is the terminal branches, and let's take a look at them. So the first deep branch, arteria a.plantaris profunda, that sink and appear on the plantar surface, will make connection with the arteria a.plantaris lateralis to form the deep plantar arch of the foot, So arcus plantaris pedis or arcus profundus pedis, So you can see and you can find the two different names for the same structure here, okay? So this is about the first branch. Then we need to take a look at the branch that stays on the dorsal surface. So this arteria metatarsalis dorsalis prima. So you can see, so this one just continues toward the first toe, and then it's split and divides into three, arterii digitalis dorsalis. So 1, 2, and 3, And so these arteries will supply 1.5 toe. So it will supply with the two branches totally the first toe and the medial surface of the second toe, Okay, so let's take a look at the side branches of the arteria dorsalis pedis. So the first side branches, you can see that we have plural here, arterii tarsalis mediales. So this artery, sometimes we can see 3, sometimes we can see 4, or even 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, arteries here. So arterii tarsalis mediales, smaller arteries that will go under the tendon of the musculus extensor hallucis longus toward the medial surface of the foot. And so you can see that these arteries will supply just this region, that's it. Then we need to take a look at the arteria tarsalis lateralis. So big artery that starts approximately at the caput tali level, and you can see how does it crosses the foot on the lateral direction. And so here, it will stay and stops in front of the base of the fifth metatarsal bone, and the tail of this artery will make connections with the next artery, which is the third branch of the arteria dorsalis pedis, so arteria arcuata, and here forms the so kind of the arterial arch. So here we are, and we need to take a look at the arteria arcuata that starts approximately at the level of the base of the second metatarsal bone, and also this artery also crosses the foot in a lateral direction and makes connection with the tail of the arteria tarsalis lateralis in front of the fifth in front of the base of the fifth metatarsal bone, and forms the arch. What I'm talking about, also here you can see the schematical picture of it. And so from the arteria arcuata we'll start 3 arteries, that will supply the rest of our toes. So I'm talking about the 3 arterii metatarsalis dorsalis. So here is the first, second, and the third artery. And so these arteries, you can see how does this goes between the metatarsal bones, toward the toes. And so then these arteries, the terminal edges of this artery split each artery into 2 arterii digitalis dorsalis. So, for example, arteria metatarsalis dorsalis here split into 1 and 2 digital dorsal arteries that will supply the nearest toes. Yeah, so in general we have 6 arterii digitales dorsales. And what about this rami perforantes? So the beginning part of the arteria metatarsalis dorsalis, yeah, you can see gives another branches, rami perforantes, so also 3, that will go and also sink and appear on the plantar surface of the foot to make connection with the arteria metatarsalis, but plantaris. Yeah, so these are kind of the connecting branches that so improves the circulation of our foot. Yeah, so the blood supply of our foot. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the terminal branches of the arteria tibialis posterior. So this is the arteria plantaris lateralis and medialis. The most important one is the lateral one. Yeah, so the arteria plantaris lateralis, which is here, yeah, it will go from the medial surface of the foot, then laterally will crosses the foot in a lateral direction, will go together with the nervus plantaris lateralis and the 2 vena plantaris lateralis together. Yeah, and so what is happening here? Yeah, so this is so the pathway of this artery is pretty difficult. From the very beginning, the artery, so we are here, yeah, the artery will go under the musculus abductor hallucis and the musculus flexor digitorum brevis. Then we need to cut these muscles down. So, and we see the artery that goes also next to the musculus quadratus planta, and then it stops in front of the base of the 5th metatarsal bone, and then the artery and the nerve as well. You can see, so it will curve medially, yeah, and so when it curves medially, it will go under the tendons of the musculus flexor digitorum longus and the oblique head of the musculus adductor hallucis, and also the deepest layer here, the muscula interossi, right? So here it is, and then it curves and connects and grabs the part of the arteria plantaris profunda from the arteria dorsalis pedis. So this is the direction of this artery, and so when it grabs the tail of arteria plantaris profunda, it forms the arch. Yeah, so the arcus plantaris profundus, and so here we can see this arch. And from this arch we'll start 4 arterii metatarsals plantaris. So here and here and here and here. So these arteries, then you can see the terminal parts of these arteries just continues to the arterii digitalis plantaris communis. Here, 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 here. And these arteries also next to the toes, yeah, so will split each into 2 arterii digitalis plantaris propria that will go along the side of our toes. Yeah, so you can see 1 arteria digitalis plantaris communis split into 1 and 2 arteria digitalis plantaris propria that will supply our toes. Yeah. The second terminal branch of the arteria tibialis posterior is the arteria plantaris medialis, and you can see the schematic picture of it here. And so it starts as the arteria plantaris lateralis on the plantar surface of the foot, and so it will go together with 2 vena plantaris medialis and the nervus plantaris medialis if it is located and if we do have this artery at all. And so this artery together with the nerve and the veins will go next to the musculus abductor hallucis and the musculus flexor digitorum brevis, and then it goes more medially along the medial surface of the foot toward the distal phalanx of our first toe and supplies the nearest region and also the muscles of the first toe, and will also make the anastomoses with the arteria metatarsalis dorsalis prima. So what else do we need to know about the blood supply of our foot is that on the dorsal surface of the foot, where the arteria dorsalis pedis is located, we can palpate the pulse of this artery before it branches. So inside of the first intermetatarsal space, we can palpate the pulse of this artery. So this is the 3rd spot. Remember, we had 3 of it. We did discuss the arteria femoralis under the ligamentum inguinale, so the arteria popltea inside of the fossa popltea, and the 3rd one is the arteria dorsalis pedis inside of the first intermetatarsal space. And so this is it about our lecture about the Arterii membri inferioris liberi. Thank you very much. I hope this lecture was helpful for you.